Hello, everyone. Welcome to day four of our training Life Coach Career Opportunities, Challenges, and Earnings. I am Namita Purohit. I am the founder and owner of of East Global LLC of the East Coach and Business School as well. And I show up a lot in every quarter almost where we tried when we have open enrollment for our 6 month East Coach certification program. That's the only program that's based on Eastern wisdom and Western psychology. And I have great fun doing it. I had great fun creating it. I had great fun doing it. And then on Sunday, yesterday, we had a graduation ceremony where about six people graduated from the six. They got their certificates, and I am feeling really pleased. And I run this program along with team member Ramya ji, and she's based out of UK, and she's like the principal of the East Coach and Business School. And she is the supporting function where she supports all the students in their learning and the entire certification process. And I'm very grateful to her for that. So, thank you all for joining in. And today is day four of our training Life Coach Career Challenges, Opportunities, and Earnings. And today we're going to talk about building your life coaching business. Because, getting trained as a life coach is one thing, and then running a successful life coaching or any coaching business is another. And that's what we're going to talk about as to once you get certified, what are some of the basic steps you can take? And you can even take them before you get certified from our school. What are some of the steps you can take to start your business journey, to jumpstart your business in the in the coaching realm, whatever field of coaching you're in, whether you are in narcissistic abuse recovery, whether you're in leadership coaching, exec coaching, success coaching, performance coaching, parenting coach, family coach, emotional wellness coach, youth coaching. There's so many different niches out there, and whichever niche you take, what you can follow the same steps that I'm going to talk about today in building up your business. Is it easy? No business is easy. Is it too hard? Well, no business is too hard either. This is just like any other business that takes effort, that takes sustained effort, that say takes sustained trial and error about testing your ideas and taking them ahead. But at the same time, there is a process that you can follow as you jumpstart your business. Now, there are some inner and outer challenges that we all experience anytime we're starting something new or anytime that we're continuing to sustain or do something in a sustained fashion. And those challenges are similar. But in the space of setting up your own coaching business, some of the challenges, the inner challenges, I've already covered and you've already addressed them in day one and day two of the training. I won't be able to go into all of that again today. So, for those of you who want to again get a recap of that, could watch those recordings. And it's also part of your worksheet where you are addressing those things. We'll focus today in today's training, we'll focus today on the outer challenges that you experience, the must haves, and that I must have this and I must have that to set up my business. And like, looking at where the world is going and how they do things versus what's possible for you, and being happy and content with that, and still feeling confident in that, like, this is my methodology and this is how I'm going to run my business, and being happy and confident as you do that. So that's what it is. Then we're going to talk about some packages. How do you set up your coaching packages, and how do you deliver value? Because none of this has any meaning unless you deliver maximum value for your clients. That's absolutely important. So how do you stay focused on delivering value to your clients? And also, social media can be very overwhelming. Just doing and figuring it out and getting your posts ready and your branding ready and your color scheme ready and your fonts ready, and then the repeatable, the sustainable posting, and the nurturing posts, the knowledge posts, the idea posts. There's so many different types of posts out there. And how do you do that, right? Can I cover everything of all of that in this short training? No, but I'm going to give you enough to get you thinking about how you can start doing things. And all this training that I'm doing, this is day four, and tomorrow is day five, is part of my promotions for the East Coach certification program. from the East Coach and Business School. And cart closes on December 20th, 11:30 a.m. IST. And the join now link is here. It's coming in the chat for you. And here you go. So this is like the join now link is up here, and you can get start looking at that and focus on getting. A lot of people have already signed up because yesterday was an early bird bonus that expired. And for those of you who are, some of you have told me that you want to attend all 5 days of the training and then make a decision and be super clear before you join, and that's a great way to go too. So now let's get back to Ease Business. And today I'm also going to show you the modules, like what are the modules that are included in the business bundle that you would buy if you buy Basic plus Business. And also, what does the dashboard look like for business? And also, what does the dashboard look like for the coach certification program? Like once you're inside, what does that portal look like? What does that community look like? And all of that, right? But first, we go to build your coaching business. What are some of the challenges and how can you overcome them? So getting started, right? Now, when people start a business, and like those 6 people who joined yesterday, I believe 3 of them are part of the business cohort as well. So now starts their 6 months of business training, and there are a lot of inhibitions about being perfect and having the best of everything, right? Do I have the best camera? Is my Do I need to have an office? Like, where do I meet my clients? Like, I don't have a fancy camera. How do I start this? I don't have this, soundproof room. How do I do it? I don't know. I don't have a mic. I don't have a mic. I don't know which mic to buy. I did all of this without buying a mic. I'm not saying this as a badge of honor, but I wanted to keep my costs low, and I was doing whatever was needed to, keep things running. I just bought this mic like 6 months ago because I was forced to buy one by a company that wanted me to be on their podcast. And they said that we will do the podcast when you have the mic and when you're ready with the mic and you've tested it. And that's when I had to get it. Do I have a fancy desk? Is my website the best looking? No. Am I the most beautiful? Am I the most put up with, a makeup artist working on me every single time? I know all of these things make a difference, but do I do that? Do you need to do that as you start out, especially for women? There's a lot of pressure on how you look as a coach also uh, on social media, but you don't have to succumb to that pressure. Then I need the best website. I need the best looking Instagram page. My grid should look really beautiful. Um, and I didn't have any of that, and I still don't have a lot of that. But does that mean that I can't run my business as a coach? Does that mean that I can't be successful as a coach? Absolutely not. You can still be successful. You can still start things with whatever you have. Focus on what you have and build from there. It's like painting a canvas. It's like, you're making this beautiful scenery of the Tuscany, the vineyards in Tuscany and the olive trees in Italy. And you're going by imagination, by what you had seen one time. And as you're painting, you're making one layer of it, then you're adding another layer of it. You're, putting some flowers over here, and you're putting the olive trees like way back in the perspective. And then you're putting these the vineyards right in front, and then you're showing this beautiful Chianti, the village, and then there's a villa over there and on. But you don't know everything about the painting as you go. You have some bare idea, you draw it out, and then you paint as you go. And as you need things to enhance that picture and beautify that picture, you add those things to it. Like, oh, a little bit of butterflies over here, and I want these chirpy birds here, and I want these clouds, shifting away, and I want a creek also, and I want some pebbles in the creek, and I want some flowers, and then some wild grasses with beautiful flowers and weeds around the creek, right? So you're building as you go, and you're adding things as you go, and that's what you want to do when you're starting up your coaching business as well. Uh, you can even start, the world has changed so much. You can even start your coaching business without a website, right? All you need is an Instagram page or a LinkedIn. I prefer LinkedIn. All you need is some presence on LinkedIn or one of the social media profiles, and you can have links. And you don't even need to have a website. You could just put a PDF over there which describes your services, and they could download it, and you could put it out of Google Drive, and people could download it, look at your services, and then sign up for your program. So There are no must haves that I absolutely need all of these things. And unless I have them, I won't be able to run a successful coaching business. It doesn't work like that. And when I explain this, and when finally after saying this multiple times people get it, it takes away a lot of overwhelm in my students of starting out. It just puts them at ease, right? And that's what ease business is business with ease. And you get 6 months of that when you join the basic plus business code certification module. Now now there are some more challenges around there, right? Like, now, so you've got these initial things all sorted out, these are all in your head. You've got it all sorted out, right? Now, like, okay, I can start with bare bones and I don't have to get into with all of these big investments, and I can start bare bones and I can do this. Great, you're on track. But now, how do I get my clients? Where do I get clients from? What do I price my programs at? How do I set up the packages? How do I do the digital marketing? How do I do the legal framework, the accounting framework, and all of that? Yes, all that needs to be figured out gradually, stepwise, and you need all of that figured out. And you need to figure it out as much as you need to start, and then as you grow, figure it out more. Whatever, the company has grown to a certain size, and then your needs will change. And then as you grow more, then you will have to figure these out of things a little bit more. But yes, these things are things that need to be figured out, and these are outer challenges that are there in the coach certification coaching business, that they're in any business. And we provide support when you join the ease business modules. And let's do a quick review of, like, what are some of these challenges and what are some quick things that, quick answers for this that you can be mindful about as you start your journey. Client acquisition. How am I going to do it? Oh, that guy has 1 million followers. That lady has 5 million followers. This person has written a book, and this person puts out videos and reels every single day. And then they connect. Then they connect to a freebie and a lead magnet, and then and then people download that, and then they have like 20 programs people could buy. Oh, how could I do that? Uh, I don't have 1 million followers. I don't have a team that's helping me out. And how do I get clients? How do I get clients like that, right? And the businesses were running before social media. I'm not saying you don't use social media, but we're talking about starting out, right? And you don't need to have any followers on social media to start your business. You can still go old school. And I was helping someone who had become a certified coach and who was wanting to, start, and was getting overwhelmed with all that's over there. And I shared my journey of how I started out. I just started out with making a list of 200 people I know, families I know, good connections. And I reached out to each of them. Was I selling my product to them? No, I'm not going to sell my product to my friends and family. It's more like, hey, I want you to know this, because sometimes even your own brother or sister don't know exactly what you're doing. What to speak of your outer circle? It's about making that list, being diligent about meeting all of them, and telling them that this is something new that I've started. This is exactly what I do. These are the type of people I help, and therefore knowing your niche is very important. Knowing exactly who you serve is very important, and we talked about that yesterday as the top five coaching, uh, the pro coaching techniques that I use. And that one is to know your customer, know your client really well, and you tell them that this is the client I serve, these are the outcomes I give them, and this is the way for them to contact me. And if you know somebody, please point them my way. I received so many referrals that I was able to convert into clients through this process. And you don't burn out your friends by telling them to buy your product. That pool is going to become small, and then you're going to be friendless, right? You don't burn that pool. You tell them about your services. You tell them this is what I'm looking for, and people like to help. People like to help people doing something new, and they are going to send referrals by you. So even if you, as you are building your social media profiles, as you're doing all of these things, you can still start with some of these techniques. You can start with a Google business page, just like people search for a plumber near me, a handyman near me, a tuition teacher near me. People nowadays search for life coach near me. Yeah, that happens. I receive many clients through that as well. All you need is, it's free. Go set up a Google business page, call yourself a, whatever coach, and write down about your services and a way to reach you. And as you do, start doing with smaller workshops, free workshops or smaller paid workshops, and start getting reviews and request them to put a Google review for whatever services you have given to them. And gradually, as you build your reviews and as you build your page over there, people are going to come to you. Now, does that need a massive social media following? No, but it's good for you. Like, you can use all of those things and you can start. And I, in our course, we teach 8 more techniques like that. I'll just quickly go through a few of them. There are, and just like Google Business, there are so many free business listings out there, right? And even your Facebook profile, your LinkedIn profile, your Instagram, your Twitter, if you do it nicely and write stuff, and that's a free business listing for you. And start posting content over there that is connected to your niche, connected to what you help people in, that speaks to your target audience, that speaks to their pain points, that speaks to all the challenges that they're going through. And if they like you, and if they start getting solutions from you, they're going to follow you. And then after you've done that, if you've done this whole nurturing cycle, awareness cycle and nurturing cycle for a few times, then you can start pitching your product, or you can start pitching a freebie, right? Some things you can just start. You don't have to worry out, like have like everything lined up, like the big coaches in the world. WhatsApp marketing is big too. WhatsApp and Telegram marketing. Make a message and go out and share that message with your friends and ask them to share it with their groups if they know somebody. uh, there are also uh, people who have massive, audiences on WhatsApp, and they do take advertising from you. And you could go to them and say that, and it's very reasonable. And you could say that, hey, and find those groups online, and you will find them. If you start looking for these things, you will find them. There is this group that I had reached out to when I was starting out in Mumbai. So in Seattle, I was meeting everyone one on one, and then here that I reached out to this group that had like 80,000 women on it. So it wasn't one group; it was multiple WhatsApp groups, that were there, and they were running this really great thing for women. And I reached out to them. They charged me like 2,000 rupees to put my WhatsApp message out on all these WhatsApp groups that they had, and also on Facebook. Now, this is a few years ago. I don't know what their rates are right now, but there are so many ways to do it. And then there is email marketing. Start with the existing circle of people you know. Collect your email addresses. Do a lot of these free workshops. Have a freebie to download, like a lead magnet that gives value. And don't just give something stupid. Like give something that has real value for the customer that you're trying to serve. And when that has real value and people download it, uh, they'll be happy to connect with you, share their email address with you. And as you have an email address, start sending out regular emails to them, and it can be a newsletter. And the newsletter doesn't have to be fancy when you're starting out. It could be an all text email, which is nicely formatted, that's giving them updates and that's giving them some value, and that they're following you because they're learning something. These are simple, low cost, low tech, low design ways of starting out. And when you start doing this, you learn a lot as you start doing things. And as you learn more about how people are responding to your stuff, how people are responding to your content, um, you fine tune. And this is how you gradually build something called as like, know, and trust. KNOW. Like, know, and trust in the community. And when they start liking, knowing, and trusting you, and they see consistently you showing up, you serving them, they will naturally have trust in you. And when you have a program or a well-defined package out there, they're going to get it from you. So it's as simple as that. We don't have to complicate things. We don't have to make things very difficult for ourselves. By like, I have to be perfect. I have to do this. This is how I started out, and this is how I tell people on my in my whoever joins my program to start it out, because it's expensive, and even before you have your clients, you don't want to start having like added costs. And there are so many tools out there, right? Like when I was starting out, I was like, oh, you need an email marketing tool. Yes, of course, I need one. You need a social media posting tool. You need a funnels tool. You need a course platform. You need a this. You need a that. And I'm like, if I buy all of this, and these are all SaaS, software as a service, so these are monthly subscriptions. And around 5 6 years ago, I thought like, wow, this is going to cost me like $250 per month and upwards. And I don't think I'm making that much. Even earlier than that, I think in 2016, when I was like trying to build this as a business, I used to do this with in a different way earlier. Now, and I was like, I can't spend that money. And there is one maxim I live by, and from those of you who are from India get it, and other places also. If there's a Taj Mahal, 5-star and 7-star hotel where you can get food, you can also get food on a hand cart. Like someone's going to be pushing their cart, and they'll be giving you food over there, and you can buy it, and it's going to fill your stomach. And I started looking for a lot of tools that were available for free or for a lower investment value, and from something where I could start without feeling stressed about my costs. And I started out with those tools. And then gradually, as the business expanded and I ran out of Excel sheets and I ran out of a lot of manual work where I needed more automation, then I upgraded to their paid versions. And and now everything runs on that. But I still keep my costs low because there are millions of very fancy, very fashionable, very happening, very famous tools out there, which can be very expensive and pricey. And the same job is being done by others who are not that flashy, and they're actually good or sometimes even better. And finding those tools, yes. So you do need some tools. So client acquisition, you can start small and then gradually build it up to these levels. You don't have to have everything in place right from the beginning. The second thing is pricing. Now, pricing is a very interesting concept, and we teach that in the business modules also. But to give you a little bit of an overview here about how to think, is as a coach, you're giving something of value. Now, if you're going to price your services by the hour, like the services of a handyman, a plumber, a carpenter, an electrician, you're not going to be able to scale because the pricing cannot be by the hour. The pricing is based on the value of the outcome that you're giving to your client, right? And 6 months ago, when I was talking about this, or even 3 months ago, when I was talking about this, I'd share an example because it's easier to understand. If a couple is going through a massive divorce, right? A millionaire couple is going through, a billionaire couple is going through a massive divorce, and somebody shows up as a divorce prevention coach, bring back your marriage coach, protect your marriage coach, and they charge $100,000 for that, right? Would this couple going through a divorce go through that, like buy that program or not buy that program? This billionaire couple who's going through massive issues in their marriage and are looking for a divorce, and a coach, a specialist comes in who's good at protecting these millionaire billionaire marriages. Would those people sign up for this or not? I think they would, because the services of this coach would be cheaper than hiring a lawyer. The services of this coach would be cheaper than the whole brutal cost of a divorce. And the services of this coach would be way in the value ballpark of even the money that would be split off, and either party would lose after a divorce. And then the children and the emotional issues and the whole breaking of the marriage trauma that one goes through, right? Now, 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 so you price your services based on the value that the customer is getting. And that's how you price your services in coaching. And the way to scale is to not do exchange time for money, because you only have 24 hours. And after a while, you run out of time to exchange for money. You exchange value for money. Okay. And that's how you do it. And you also build programs which are not just one-on-one focused, but which are group focused, which are online courses, which are values or to get in different ways, or a newsletter and things like that, which is not just exchanging time for money. So some giving you an example which just makes things clear for you. I'm not saying do that and exploit the mindset of people and misuse their years and days of vulnerability. I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is understand the value you have to offer. Like, say, if somebody is not able to grow in their career and they are struggling in their career and they've reached a point where they aren't able to go beyond that senior director position. They somehow don't get promoted. They don't get those opportunities. They go for interviews and they're not able to do it. Now, what is the gap of salary between a senior director and a VP? It goes into multiples of lakhs, tens of lakhs. or many thousands of dollars, and also in many bonuses and many perks and many stock options and things like that. Now, if through your coaching, if somebody is able to get that promotion, is able to understand their blind spots, is able to scale from the director to the VP and develop those attributes, what is the value of your coaching? So you have to think in these terms as you are setting, your pricing. And there's a lot more to that about having a package, having outcomes, and whatever you charge, you want to be good at it. You got to be really good at what you're teaching. You got to be really good at your coaching. Your skills have to be really good, so that your clients get the outcome. Because when they get the outcome, they're gonna come to you for more. They're gonna let their social circle know about it. They're gonna bring people to you. They're gonna give you a good review, and that whole beautiful energy, also apart from the review and the social circuit and all, is going to help you build further because you serve nicely. And you also got to manage digital marketing. That's another outer challenge that you got, because digital marketing can be complex, digital marketing can be overwhelming, and it's not easy to get the most beautiful looking stuff out there and the most consistent looking messaging with the best call to actions and the most intriguing posts that people click and read. It's hard, but you can learn as you go. And I have also seen people without massive digital following. Well, in this day and age, it's important to have a presence. They have a presence, but they don't have that massive following that we look at, but they are actually doing great business. And they have other ways to nurture and connect with people. And then you also got to look at, and digital marketing, you can't be an expert on all platforms. Choose one platform and do really well on that, right? And then the next challenge, the outer challenge, is also legalese, financial. Should I set up an LLC? Should I set up what type of organ do I need to set up? Should I set up an LLC? Should I do this? Should I do that? Okay, what about taxations? Oh, now I have to do advanced taxes. Oh, I have to in India, I have to do GST. In another country, I have to do sales tax, and I have to do sales tax by country, sales tax by state. It's complex, and I know that. But there are ways to get help. Get your chartered accountant, set up an appointment with them, and understand all of that. In other countries, find the accountant equivalent, the CPAs, etc., and they'll help you out. Attend business set up webinars online. Every city would have something which teaches you how to set up your business. There are websites on, government websites are there to help you out and gradually figure it out. Do it at your own pace. So these are some of the outer challenges that are there as you set up your business. And all I want to say is that you may not be at the top of your game, and that's okay. You can start your game, and that's more important. And you can gradually build and come to the top of your game wherever you want to be. Am I at the top of my game? No. But does that mean that I should have waited till I'm at the top of my game before I start? No. I started and I'm learning and I'm still learning and I'm still growing. And you can do that too. Now, all of this growing and signing up and getting revenue and all of that is not going to work unless you give massive value to your clients. Like in the example of the divorce recovery coach, or the example of the person who's helping senior directors transition to the VP level, you're not going to do anything, like you won't be able to earn your money or do anything unless you're giving value. And giving value is not just like, yesterday I posted something on some Facebook group and I was asking for a question. I was asking a question there. It was a general general group of people having a similar interest. And I posted a question out there. And then somebody said, I can help you, connect with me on my phone number. And then he put his business card over there. Would I connect with him? No, because I don't even know whether he'll be able to give me value. He hasn't shown me whether he knows his stuff, whether he'll give me value. He hasn't helped me in resolving my concerns. The question that I asked, that wasn't answered. He just shared his business card with me and like, let me know, and I'm going to help you. And I know that if I call him up, it's going to be a pitch for services. Do I want to get into that? No, I don't want to get into that. What would I have liked that would have helped him do his like, know, and trust is if he would have answered his question and helped me with that. And then said that if you need more, connect with me. That would help me trust him, know him, because he gave me some value, some, that's working for me, that's answering my question. And I'm like, wow, this guy knows his stuff. Let me connect with him and let me sign up for his services. I may not do that in the first shot, but as I see this person giving consistent, I may start just following him on social media. And then as I see him give me consistent value, I'll develop trust, and that's what I'm going to go for. So always give value to people, to your audiences, to people who are following you, etc. And even if they don't sign up for your programs, that's okay. You used your life in a meaningful way in serving someone else. And that's what's important. So, giving value is very important. And the more you give value, the more people will connect with you and they'll sign up for your lead magnet. They'll sign up for your free webinar. They'll sign up for your paid courses. They'll sign up for your group coaching. They'll sign up for your one on one coaching because they've seen you give value. They've experienced some results by just following you on social media or through your free content that you're putting out, gradually building over there. And then they actually come and tell you that if this is what you give in free, I wonder, like, how great the paid programs would be. My God, I've learned just so much from you, right? So, giving value is very important and keep giving value. And then in regular intervals, you can make a pitch. Hey, I'm launching this program. Or hey, I have this freebie. Or hey, I have this masterclass coming, a paid masterclass coming that you could sign up. They will sign up for that when they have received value from you. They've developed a connection with you. They have the like, know, and trust, right? And you want to have multiple offers at different pricing points because not everyone may want to sign up for a big ticket, high value one-on-one program. Now, but they still want to stay connected to you. They still want to, you want to give them something that, oh, I learned something from this person. Give them something that where they can experience your paid programs on a small investment. And that could be, you don't have to make online courses. You could just do some group coaching. You could do some master classes. You could do a one-off workshop online and do that, right? And as you do that, gradually they will, and then have something like, okay, I have something at this level, then I have something at this level, then I have something at this level, and let them grow, in the ladder, in the value ladder with you. Because when they experience, they paid for something, because there's a lot of scam happening in the name of online coaching and all of that. They pay you something, they experience even more value, serve them really well, then they will sign up for more. Giving value is very important, and having very clear packages is very important, right? The packages, the pricing, what are the services included, and what are the outcomes the client can expect from those services are some things that you want to be focused on as you're doing it. So far we've talked about the inner challenges. I've covered that in the few sessions earlier than this. Today we talked about some of the outer challenges that we experience as we're setting up a business, because it's all new for us: client acquisition, pricing, digital marketing, legal and financial. I'm looking at my notes, and I'm also trying to just take a 10-second break. Back. Thank you for the break. So we talked about the inner and outer challenges. Then we talked about less is more. You don't need all that fancy stuff. Start with what you have and keep building on it. A lot of people ask me about my setup, and sometimes I take a picture and send them about my setups picture, and then they go like, "Wow, you do it this way, but I the quality is still good, your audio is still good." And I know there are things and all that I can do better, and we're working on it. But they feel encouraged by the setup that, okay, I don't need 20 things here, right? So less is more. Giving value, is important, and having very clear packages of your pricing, of the services that they would get, the duration of the program, and the outcomes, right? For which pain points of theirs would be resolved, what outcomes, what goals of theirs would be achieved is very important, because they're not buying like, okay, if I do this, then I get all of these things. They don't buy for that. They buy for like, can she solve my problem? Does she have a stepwise, a clear path, a solution to my issue? And that's why they get your program, right? And as promised, I'm going to show you what all we have in the business modules that we cover if you take the basic plus business program. And I'm going to share that here. Yeah, right. So when you join the ease business module, so far we've talked about the code certification program, the different things that are there in that, etc. But when you join the business modules, you get these different courses, and you get a stepwise, uh, like do this in week one, do this in week two, do this in week three, and so on, right? And this is about, what is your vision for your company? Do you want it like a big company with 400 people working for you? Or do you want to keep it light and agile, right? I like to keep it light and agile because it helps me sleep at night. I don't have the pressure of paying so many people, and I can be flexible in many different ways, right? But what is your plan? What do you want to do? This module helps you think that, and set that vision out. Then the next one is, this is the key, the heart of your business is to define your customer avatar. And you have many proven marketing techniques out there which teach you how to define your customer avatar. And there are many videos by me as there as well. We teach you how to do that. And there are Excel sheets and templates, etc., that help you, as you follow along, and help you define that. And as you define your customer avatar, then how do you base your marketing based on your customer avatar, your social media posts, and so many other things out there. And you get, stepwise, like, okay, do this part in week one, do this in week two, do this in week three, and so on. And then, what do I want to create? Do I want to create a course? Like, what does my marketing, what does my product ladder look like? Where do I want to start? What would the free thing that I do look like? What would my course look like? Would I be doing group coaching, or would I do one-on-one coaching? Will I create a membership? There are a lot of these different questions to answer, and you get, you when you go through this module, you get clarity on that. Now, having defined your customer avatar, the scale of your company, what you want to do, what tech tools do you need? And what are some of the free tools out there that you can start using? And then what are some of the paid tools out there that you can start using? And we also show you an entire, like, a flow chart of the tech tools that we use, and how the customer flows once they see you on social media. Then, how do you capture their data, and then how do you, which has been willingly shared by them. You don't force people to hear you. That means, they're not ever going to buy from you if you force them to be on your list. And then how do you nurture, and how do you track the journey of that person, right? And we show you the entire flowchart of how our tech tools work, and you could set up something similar too. Then you have marketing strategy and tactics. Giving you a little bit of an overview today, but this goes way greater in detail about, right from like framing your landing pages to your marketing content. Like, what are the sciences behind it? What are the frameworks out there? What are the different things that you can do? What is your strategy? And then what are some of the tactics you can use? Like, could you do open and close cart, like what we do for the code certification program? Or do you want to keep it open all the time? Or are you going to sell cohort based programs? Or are you going to sell certificates? Like, what are you going to do? It helps you with all of that. And then once your customer is in, how do you take care of your customer? Give them value, understand their needs, give them a good onboarding, help them through all of that so that they're clear. And you get calls also, right? And this is what you get when you join the basic plus business modules. And I also wanted to show you the dashboard of when you sign up for the code certification program, the basic module, the 6 months of code certification training. uh, right? You get this, you get, like, you get this guy. This is what the dashboard looks like. And then you get this entire course library, right? The coaching framework, the certification assignment submission area. That's just one area where you submit everything. Then you work on take charge of your emotions with your clients. You learn how to, because you want to work, as I said, that our code certification program is a holistic program, and it helps people at the level of the body, the energy, the mind, and the soul. And there are different modules to help you do that, right? And then we start with know yourself to grow yourself, understanding your personality type through Ayurveda and other medicine systems. and astrology for those of you who believe in it and are interested in it. And then how can you learn? And then learning how to help your client balance their personality imbalances at the physical level, because then that results in when the physical body is balanced, then their mind and emotions are balanced. So how do you do that? And that's covered in this course, and then a lot more we cover in the food, mood, emotions, and you course. Uh, then you got the mindset, right? You have mindset issues that people have, that they're thinking through things, etc. So this rewrite your inner scripts is all about, change how you think to change how you feel. And if you change your thinking, you're going to achieve a lot more. So we have biases, we have weaknesses, we have fears, etc. And how do you help your client change their thinking? How do you help them edit their thinking? What are the different things that you do? And just changing things at the mindset level is not enough. There's a lot that's happening at your energy level, your prana level. And how can you help your clients do that? Right? And then they've understood their personality, they've balanced it, they worked on their scripts, they're going go go go. They worked on their energy also, but they still need to get better at managing their emotions and communication. How do you help them do that? And you were, and then these are the foundational courses, and then we also talk about how the family trauma, the family mindsets, not just from this generation, many generations affect you. And there you got ancestral healing, deaths, and trauma. And then also Varnashram considerations in personal growth, because there are stages of life based on Varna and Ashrama. And then how do you help your clients in different Varnas and different Ashramas, and how do you help them stay focused? And then there are quick reference guides, client scenarios. You get a couple who's come to you for coaching. How do you what are some of the things you should remember before you start coaching them? Or somebody brings their 17-year-old or 16-year-old to coach them. What do you do that? Right? How do you go about that? Or somebody's like a 75-year-old has come to you for coaching. The concerns and challenges and questions and goals and the pace at which you're going to coach them is going to be very different. What if somebody's come and trying to recover from a narcissistic abusive relationship? How are you going to coach them? Uh, Things like that. So you have quick reference guides, where you do, like, you get these tips on what are the things to consider and what are some of the things that you should be mindful of as you do this. And we keep building this content. We keep adding on to this content as we go and as we learn and as we find things and as people ask questions. And you get recording. You get 4 calls a week. And this is the area where you get recording links for the calls you have missed. And then you have the certification submission area, where you have to submit 10 assignments at the end of the fifth month of the program. And they're easy to do. Five of them or four of them are focused on yourself. The remaining are focused on coaching, right? And why do I say focused on yourself? Because you are your first client. You start applying all of this on yourself, experience the transformation. And yesterday, as we were doing the certification ceremony and the farewell for those who had joined us in June, one of the ladies said that I had layers and layers of inner work that I did, and I didn't know. She said, I thought I was fine, but then I discovered I had layers and layers. There were certain behaviors of mine that were not adult like, and I had layers and layers of work that I did. And now I feel so much happier in my life. And I feel so much more equipped because I did all of this inner work on myself. I'm so much more equipped to help my clients do that work, right? And when she had joined my program earlier, before that, we offer you an initial consultation, 20-minute call, and all those who have registered for this training do have access to that link where you can book a call with us. Every day we're sending you reminders, and at the bottom you have the link to reach out to us on Telegram, WhatsApp, and book a call with us. And when she joined that call and she said, "Oh, I'm over it. I am absolutely fine and I'm so ready to coach." And I said, "Yeah, but you went through a lot of, there's a lot of under processed stuff from your life." And she's like, "I'm absolutely fine." And I said, "Fine. If she says she's fine, she's the expert on her life." But as she went through the program, she discovered so much there that explained some of her behaviors and her relationships, and it helped her grow. Now, is this program designed to coach you? No. This program is not designed to coach you, for you to help resolve your issues. This program is designed to help you coach others, and you happen to be your first client as you start your journey, right? So these are things, and this is our blueprint that we use, and just bringing up the community as well. Like, we have this community feature. When you get access to our portal, you get access to our community where we put updates for the calls. You can ask your questions. Um, and mostly it's a lot of reminders because a lot of people's questions and get answered there. And this is where we answer questions. We do help you out. So if you can't, like, every week, like 4 times a month, we have calls. And if you can't wait for those calls, but you have a question as you're learning, this is your place to ask that question. And also showing you the link that I shared with you. And we're loading this up. Here we go. So the cart closes on December 20th, 11:30 a.m. IST, which is 1 a.m. EST. And the prices, the program investment value rises after this. So for those of you who are looking to join now. I know you're busy. I know you have a son to send to college, or I know that you are just come back from your vacation, and or you're just looking for, December would be a hard time because everyone's going to be at home. But the program is a 6-month program. You get access to the course modules on December 20th. And you are on with us till June 20th. You have 6 months to do all of these modules in this work. And we run out of, so you get access, and you get access to the onboarding and everything, and you can start your learning. And our official welcome call for the December cohort is in January, because we understand some of you may be on vacation and we don't want to miss out on welcoming you. So here, when you click here to buy, these are the program tiers that are available. So you have basic, which I just showed you, which is 6 months of coach certification training, which is the program investment value is $3,500. And you get 6 months of coach certification training. You get access to the modules for a year. And this is 3,30,400 rupees in Indian terms, and it includes 18% GST. And there's also a payment plan. Some of you, one of them, somebody just messaged us saying that it's out of their budget. And I said, have you considered your payment plan? And we have payment plan. There are EMI options for INR. And then when you click buy now USD, when you click here, you'll see for the basic, it's 4 payments of $1,050 over 4 months. And for basic plus businesses, you get everything that's there in the coach certification training. And you get access to the business modules as well. We run a business membership. You could join that later as well. But the advantage of joining now is that you save on 1 month. You get 1 month free in the membership. So you save about $180 or something like that. And yeah, $147 at the outset for 6 months. And the membership rates may be higher when you join. Another thing is you are committing to yourself that this year I'm going to become a certified coach and I am going to set up a flourishing coaching business. So you make that commitment for yourself. I have said enough. I know you can do it, and I know you want to do it. And this is the time to sign up. uh, Honor your dreams. Don't postpone your dreams. They're very precious, and not just not just this is your dream. You have some special skills that will help you serve many other people out there who are waiting for you to show up with your experience, your life wisdom, and your skills, your trained coaching skills, to serve them in their outcomes and their growth. So please join us. We're eagerly waiting to welcome you inside and serve you in your journey, in your desire of becoming a coach and sharing and serving the millions of people out there waiting to show up, waiting for you to show up and waiting for you to coach them. We all have been granted, blessed with unique skills from God, and we all have our USP that I talked about on the first day. And you want to be able to use those unique skills that have been given to you by God in serving people out there. And it gives you the greatest joy when you see that your client was at point A, and then through the coaching that you served them with and their own inner effort, their effort is so important when they're invested in themselves, that they were able to make this transformation, and now they're in such a beautiful place, such a truly deserving successful place in their life. And that's my greatest joy, and I want you to experience that also. Don't postpone your dream. There will always be children to send to school. There will always be a release at work. There will always be some pressure there. There will always be some family visiting you and things like that. We're adults. That's not going to change. That's not going to ever change. There will never be a time where you can sit down and just do something the way you did it when you were a student. No, that's not there. That luxury is gone. Now you're an adult and you got to take care of students under you to be able to, study that way. So, but you can do it because so many other students have done it, and you can do it too while managing all the different things that an adult has to manage. And that's how we've designed the program, where you can handle it along with your adult life. So I look forward to welcoming you inside. I'm sharing the link again for you to join here, and cart closes soon. So don't miss it. And I will be doing an open house at on November 18th, 9 p.m. IST, which is about 12 hours from now. It's an open house. You would have already received the Google Meet link for that if you signed up for our training and you got the update for today's training. You will have the option to book a call with us also, and we'll be happy to go through one-on-one with you and discuss, your questions and concerns before joining. Or you have the option to join the open house that I'm going to do in 12 hours from now. The link has been shared. It's a Google Meet link that you get. It's like me sitting, and you could come to me and you can ask me questions and get them answered, and get the help you need before you join the program. So look forward to serving you in all ways. And sometimes, becoming a coach may not be the right decision for you at this point in time, and I can help you with that also. So join. Look forward to you booking calls, showing up for the open houses, and making a decision either way. Yes. See you and bye bye. And tomorrow is the last day, day 5, and we're going to talk about scaling your coaching business. Today we talked about the basics of building, and tomorrow we're going to talk about the basics of scaling. And I forgot to share. Where is that? We missed it. Oh yeah, well, we have some homework for the training today. And I'll just share screen again and go over the homework. I believe you have done your homework from yesterday. The more you follow along with the workbook, it's going to be helpful for you. So we've done, I'm just scrolling, USP, etc. You all have done it. Then day 3 was game changing coaching, because yesterday I talked about the techniques and I wanted you to focus on the techniques, things you feel you need to learn. How do you plan to gather those skills? What are some of the questions you need to include, etc.? And you've done that, I'm sure. And then I also gave you a table in day 3. Would systematic learning from a coach certification program help you? And this would again help you in your decision making. And there are 10 questions, right? To help you come more clear in your decision about joining the coach certification program. There's a score, and looking to that, right? So that'll help you in your decision making, and that's why we put that there. And then we got day 4, which is build your coaching business. And what are your learnings from today's session? And how big do you want to be in terms of revenue or in terms of number of clients served per year? Right? I want you to write these things down because I want you to start visualizing your business, and I want you to start visualizing doing all these things, and coaching people out there, and also getting clarity and in how you can go about and getting the confidence as you start this journey. Now, which existing places and groups you can you start marketing to? It could be your community group, it could be your faith group, etc., where you could let people know I have these services and please connect me with people who are looking for these services, your building, your apartment, your next door, wherever. And what are some of the things you will need to market your business, some basic things? And what are some of the things you can be mindful about now as you become an EASE certified coach to start preparing to set up your coaching business, right? It helps. And tomorrow we'll talk about maximizing your earning potential. 6 figures, dollar figures in a coaching business is absolutely attainable. It's possible. And then 7 figures is too. So how can you scale there? And how can you get there? We'll talk about that. Okay. See you around, and see you either way in one of the meetings you book with me or my team, or in the open house that I'll be doing in 12 hours from now. See you and bye bye.